Hi, and welcome to Musicians Hangout with your hosts, Crash Fistfight from Hated Noise and Fatal Butterfly, and Maxine Maxwell from the Maxwells.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Oh my gosh, we're back and it's awesome. I actually had a pretty good week this week. I haven't said that in a while. So thanks for tuning in tonight. Oh my gosh, Crash, it's so great to see you. It's been a little while. I don't think have we talked in a couple days? I've been so busy.
It's been a couple days since we talked. I mean, outside of texting, but you know.
Yeah. It's so nice to see your face, my friend.
Nice to see you.
And it's so nice to have all of you tuning in with us tonight. I'll go over our mission statement and we will introduce to you our guest host for tonight. Musicians Hangout mission statement is to be part of a revolution, to create friendships with other artists, and to build a community network to save music. And we are doing that every day.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. All right. We want to invite Bryce Craig to guest host with us tonight. So thanks, guys, for joining us on this lovely evening.
Hell yeah. Thanks for having us.
Definitely.
Horns up, you guys. Hey,
Daniel is already like, horns up. Thank you, Daniel Ray. And Daniel Ray is from the podcast Licking County Metal, right?
Yes.
Okay. I always
Licking County Metalheads.
Yes, I know. I don't know why. I just want to say Lincoln County, but it's Licking.
When we get started, we kind of like warm up, and then in 10, 15 minutes, we're like, okay, we're still like that. We've been doing this for almost 2 years, and we're still kind of like, okay, we're started. Oh my gosh, the energy is crazy. Okay, we're all right.
Here we go. And he said, Licking County Metalheads.
Yes, I watch them every Friday, guys. They're at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and they are at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So they're on the East Coast. Well, they're not on the East Coast, but they're Eastern time. They're in Ohio. Hi,
Licking County, Ohio.
What's up, Audio Span?
you guys. Thanks for joining us tonight.
I'm from Cincinnati.
Nice.
Really?
That's awesome.
Originally from Cincinnati, and when I heard Licking County, I was like, that wouldn't be Licking County, Ohio. Do not do a Google search for that.
Is it really?
Oh my God, I just want to Google it right now.
It's really Licking County.
Everybody's Googling now. Everyone is.
I want to.
I thought it was a joke, but I mean, it is Ohio, so.
It is.
Ohio's unexpected.
What the hell they're looking out there? But I don't know if I really want to know what the hell they're looking out there.
No.
Maybe it's like Enumclaw.
Well, we surprisingly have quite the fan base out in Ohio. So shout out to all our Ohio fans out there. We love you. Love everyone for all over the world, though. We really do. Nice. But yeah, I'm originally from North Dakota, so not originally from the West Coast, but loving it here.
I'm originally from Colorado, not from the Pacific Northwest either.
I was born in Alabama.
What?
I ain't got that accent no more, though.
Whoa! You will get it back when you visit, don't you? Because I know I do.
Well, there's two words I always say in a Southern accent: Bible and water, which you got to have.
Please say corner
on you at all times. If you want to survive Alabama, you better have a Bible and a water on you, because they won't let you in.
Nice, thank you. Making a note of that.
Yeah. So that comes out.
I'm definitely not allowed in Alabama.
Yeah. It's problematic for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't do the Bible thing.
Great if you want to throw a football around, though. I'll tell you that. And read a Bible. Alabama has you covered.
I do like football.
That's like nobody's thing here.
Maybe throwing the Bible? No, I'm kidding. Oh no, now the ratings are gonna.
Oh no. I'm sure. I mean, trust me.
Isabel Rose, welcome. Hello.
That's how you do it.
Gosh, I love her. Oh my gosh, she's in PA. And oh my gosh, I still have to meet her. I was going to meet her last year when we were still in person, and then COVID. So I'm coming out to see you sometime, Isabel Rose. You just wait. We're going to meet. And we're going to have fun. Drinks together.
She's in Pennsylvania?
No, she's in Port Angeles. Sorry, we call it PA up here. So
the
I'm not on the
PA.
peninsula. I'm in Squim. So
I lived in Bremerton's and
She's not even that far from you.
no, she's
A rocket probably go hit her.
I know. I don't go out though, right?
I know.
I'm a vampire and I stay in and I don't go anywhere unless, well, I play music and I haven't done that in over a year. So, womp womp. But it's coming back. So,
yeah,
guys,
you're at 25% capacity right now, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Wherever level 2 or stage 2 is, I mean,
yeah.
I know places like Tony V's, they're doing shows now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tony V's is hosting Cryptonesia on is it the 19th? Is that Friday?
I think it is Friday.
Yeah. So they're going to be playing that. I'm interested to see how all of that's worked out with their protocols and.
Hellcat's going to be playing in March.
Nice. That's cool. So it's starting to do some things. And Fleischkrieg, you guys have a really cool live stream coming up. Do you guys want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're so it's called Welcome to the New Apocalypse Tour. We're actually traveling up to Tacoma next month, and us, Cryptamnesia, and Nuda are going to be locked in at Jazz Bones for 3 days. We're doing a live streaming event. It's over 3 days, 5 different time zones and shows.
Wow, that's awesome.
Spanning 3 U.S. based time zones and 2 European based time zones.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a random, as most musicians that are stuck at home really missing playing shows and whatnot. I was like, man, I really, really want to do some shows, do something like that. But what I really missed was the tour experience. We kept trying to get things built up to do like some regional tours or something like that. And then everything just kind of fell apart. And all the live streaming events that keep coming around, like they're always a single event, a single band. Sometimes it's only 6 songs, 30 minutes, or it's like a pre-recording of a show they did a couple of years that is only available for a couple of months. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool to have like an actual tour, like have that experience again, where you have a couple of bands, you have that kind of experience, and also the experience of like local bands.
Yes.
So I kind of had this brainstorm, hit up Cryptamnesia and Nuda and was like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. Are you in? They're like, fuck yeah. Then we went, picked some dates, scoured a location, and started looking for local acts to do that. So we've got a band from every one of the regions that we're playing. They're doing a pre-recording. We're not going to have them do the live streaming on that part, but it will be a pre-recording about 30 minutes per band. And they go on before we do, and then we'll do these intermissions, pulling stuff off stage, doing it just exactly like it, try to make it as interactive as possible. We got VIP stuff. So like if people wanted to like do a meet and greet with the bands and things like that, we're doing tour exclusive merchandise, like actual band shirts.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's cool.
Whole 9 yards. Yeah.
That kicks ass, you guys.
Tell me Deepunk or
no. Well, and also, I mean, just so for us, as you kind of notice, there's only 2 guys, but we got 2 musicians that are basically hired guns to come in and perform the music live with us. One of them, our drummer, his name is Nick Mason, also known as Living Dead Drummer. He goes and tours. Like he is like a professional hired gun where people just contract him. He flies out.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's awesome. And then also Deepunk from DK0, he's going to be playing bass for us.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
Got a little tool lineup. That's pretty sweet, guys.
That's really cool.
Getting fancy during this. That's awesome. Cheers to you guys.
We just got our scrims. You can see our scrims back there. Fleisch Creek's. I get my head out of the way.
Oh, that's cool. Oh,
I do see that. That is way cool.
Yeah, some light show. We're gonna play with some lights. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, very cool. Shout out to the chat. We're blowing up
That's
over here. We got Kelly Ray, we got Drummer Dude, Christopher. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Oh, feeling the love. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And if you guys have any questions for our band tonight, feel free to ask, and we will, pop that box up and they can answer your questions for you.
Kelly, don't be
shy.
Yeah.
Right on. So, guys, I wanted to ask, first of all, individual names, and then also I want to know, a little more about your band name. Like, tell us how you got it, inspiration for it, etc.
I'll let you start, bud.
Well, my name is Richard Cranor, and I'm the singer. I do most of the song arranging, keyboards, that kind of stuff. And this guy.
Yeah, I'm Thomas Crawford, and I do guitar work, and I bitch and moan about the arrangements and to change it around.
He'll ring me.
But yeah, that's the main, and I do a lot of the, I guess, kind of the back end stuff as well. But
I think we figured out you're the COO.
Yeah,
right.
We started making it like a business. Yeah,
hierarchy. Trying to figure out because. Yeah, I discovered this guy. So and where did you start? Well, here's the funny thing. So I had this life epiphany a couple of years ago. I had broken up with a girl, and I was living on my own in Seattle, and a lot of things had started going down. And I had this epiphany. It's like I haven't made music in like 20 years, and it was the thing that I really wanted to do when I was a kid. So I went and bought a guitar at Guitar Center, and then I started noodling around with programs, writing songs. And then I met this guy. I was an Uber driver. He got in my car one day, and we started talking. He was talking about his industrial music project. I'm like, what's the chances of running into a random guy who's an industrial guitarist who loves these same bands that I love? And so we just kind of hit it off, and I went to one of his shows, and I was like, wow, this guy can actually perform. He writes hooks, he's got great guitar riffs. So it all just kind of serendipitously kind of fell together. So then we started, working on stuff together, and then eventually got a job down here in LA. And I had gone through some other stuff, and he's like, why don't you just come down here and let's just try to make this thing happen. So I came on down, and here we are.
Yeah, I was.
When it comes to this question, where are you from?
I guess we're from a lot of places. I'm Alabama / Seattle / LA, and you're Ohio /
I was born and raised in Greater Cincinnati, Ohio. Lived in the Huntington, West Virginia area for a while, for about 10 years, and then relocated to Seattle. Lived in Seattle, Greater Seattle, for about 4 years, and then just moved down to LA right at the beginning of COVID. It's like literally at the beginning. I lived in a hotel for about a month and a half in West Hollywood, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're closing everything." So I could have stayed in Seattle for another year or two, but oh well.
So Fleisch Creek, the name Fleisch Creek comes. I remember trying to think this thing through, and I just had I had another epiphany one day. It's like all the songs that I really like, all the bands that I really loved, all had like the same sound. And then I did some like research, and I was like, I can't say this right because it's German, but it's the Neue Deutsche Hart. It's the New German Harmon. I can't pronounce. But it was like that combination of hard guitars, electronic beats, and it's been done by a lot of people. But I think the Germans especially do it really well. And even an older band that I had years ago, it was popular in Germany. I would get a lot of German fans contact me. So I've always kind of had this weird thing. I mean, I got a little German in me, who doesn't, right? So, so anyway, Fleisch Krieg just came to me because I kind of feel like life is a flesh war. The word Fleisch Krieg means flesh war in German. It also means it could be bologna sandwich war too. I guess.
Depending upon the literal, it's we make fun of it and say meat war, and we got people that they're like,
I kind of like bologna war. Like that's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
bologna war. What?
Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Germans have so far given us a free pass on it. They get the idea, but I think of every day as a flesh war. There's always something out there gunning for your body, your soul.
It's true.
So you kind of have to always be ready to sort of defend yourself, be poised to like figure out what you believe in, what you want to fight for, stand up for. So Flesh Creek has that, that I guess you would say a bit of a esoteric sort of connotation to it, like it's a literal and psychological, maybe even spiritual war that we're fighting every day. So that's the idea behind it, and the songs are really about those subjects. The songs are all about a lot of paranormal type subjects. That's why we and the Cryptonesia guys get along so well, because we've all discussed these things ad nauseum.
It makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, that's the basic idea, and it's really kind of the sound is really based on mainly like that German metal industrial sound,
Awesome.
Another question: who are your influences?
Yeah, our influences we have similar ones.
Yeah,
and then it's literally the polar opposites from there. So similarly, I would say Rammstein's number one.
Yes, I knew it.
Yeah, Rammstein,
yes.
most common one.
Yes.
Best show I've ever seen live, and Three Teeth is another one.
Three Teeth.
Yeah, love those guys. We both have a love for DK Zero. Before we became friends with him, I actually I became a fan of DK Zero like a year or two. I want to say it was about 3 years ago. I'd heard of him and started getting into him, and then there was an opportunity that heard they were coming to Seattle, and I bugged the shit out of the booking guy. I was like, "You have to."
Who is the booking guy?
Yeah, who was it?
Josiah
Anderson.
Yep, Josiah Anderson.
We know him.
Yep, I bugged the shit out of him.
He was
and he's
my
like,
roommate
"No,
for a
man,
long time. Josiah's a good kid. He's a good kid.
Oh yeah, he's great.
No, he was a roommate of ours for over a year.
Oh wow.
And he recently, spread his wings, and he's a good kid. I really appreciate that guy. He does a lot for the music scene, and so.
Yeah, what's funny about us is that I have this tendency to listen to like a lot of dancey Euro pop kind of stuff. So you can't play. I'm not gonna play that live, but it's like having that affinity for like bands like Depeche Mode and some of the other like more synth pop stuff, and then his harder guitar stuff. It kind of comes together and gives us like this weird amalgamation of like synth and metal that is pretty cool. I mean, that's what I like about it. We call it brutal wave. That's what we named. We're inventing musical genres.
Yeah,
nice.
I love that. That's
it's
fucking awesome. Actually,
it's power slop. It's power slop.
It's just that I like the goth elements, and I like the synth pop elements, and I like the metal. So when it all comes together, it's like it's not just a metal thing, and it's not just a synth pop thing. It's not just a goth thing. It's kind of like this fun hybrid, and that's we're kind of polar opposite in some ways, and then we sync in certain ways, and then that's how it all kind of. He gives the songs balls, and I give the song some kind of like esoteric feel, and that combination of balls and that cult power.
That was a great quote.
That I like that. He gives a good
novel, like you're the long flowing hair and like
I'm the winger. I'm the kid
sex
winger.
appeal, but I'm the muscles,
right?
And the rawness.
You're the stripper, and he's the bodyguard. Yeah.
There you go.
But
although I'm aging out of that real quick, I gotta milk this for what it's worth.
Yeah, my musical tastes and influences though are a lot heavier. I mainly played in like very heavy bands, deathcore style stuff, but more like I was always a rhythm guitarist. I wasn't doing super like sweep arpeggios and stuff like that. But like I would say Fear Factory, Pantera.
I love Fear Factory. Oh my god, I love those guys.
One of my biggest musical influences is Dino Cazares.
Yes.
And my wife for my 40th birthday, I just told my age, but she got me an 11-string guitar that was personally made for Dino Cazares that he was auctioning off. So I've got
Get
a
the
electric guitar like
out.
framed right next to my home studio and all of that stuff.
Your wife is awesome. Good job, wife.
She's pretty cool.
She is
My
awesome.
friend got a snare from Jack and Dino one.
Guitars too. That's what I do. So
Wow. Is this
A friend of mine went in to record with his band, Six Sad State, and Jack and Dino, you guys know who he is from like Sub Pop and stuff,
Mhm.
came in, was like, your snare sounds like shit. Went out to his car, brought his snare in. He was like, here. And so they recorded, and he went to give it back, and Jack and Dino was like, nah, man, you need that snare more than I do.
Nice.
I was like, dude,
Yeah.
I'll take that snare.
Wow.
So speaking of the punk scene and being like, do you know Citizen Z?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, I'm really good friends with the singer guitar player.
sweet.
Oh, see, my bandmate is more like into the hardcore punk scene, and he's an LA guy too. So, like, kind of, he's always bringing up all sorts of like new punk bands that I've never heard of. And I just fall in love with. Like,
Citizen Z is a bunch of 50-year-old guys out of Bremerton.
We need to
Oh,
interview them. Let's ask them to be on our show. I'm looking them up.
Yeah,
Hell
if
yeah.
you want them on your show, I will.
we're a bunch of like almost 50-year-olds, like just smashing it out on punk.
Oh yeah, he told me that his drummer didn't even learn to play drums until he was 50.
I didn't learn until I was like 36 or some shit like that.
Huh.
And I've been playing for 27 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Daniel Ray had something to ask. He said, what kind of energy do you guys bring to your audience while on the stage?
I'll let you start with you first. And
Well, I mean, we definitely we've only had, let's say, two shows. One of them was virtual, the other one was a live performance. I feel like we've got a lot of good energy. It's I'm not going to just stand there, and be boring. So I feel
people
like
come to be entertained.
Right.
You gotta go.
I think the one thing that me and Thomas have in common, we're not like focused on our egos. We're really focused on, this is a great opportunity to be able to play anything,
Music.
and getting a chance to do this is really a big deal for both of us. So we're not going to go there and shit on our audience. That's just something that is. I mean, I think even if one person showed up, I'd still be. I'll do whatever.
Dude, one of my bands.
This guy. Okay, so let's be back this up.
And I'd be like, thank you, Kevin, for showing up tonight.
This guy puts us all to shame because he'll go up there all by himself and just kill it. And he's got more balls than I'll ever. In fact, I could never do what he does. That's how I found him. He was on stage just fucking going for it, and everybody he didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I was in trying to put together a project and just kept having musicians flake out on me.
Oh.
Finally, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of that. I'm just gonna, I write and record all my own music. I put up all the backtracks, click tracks, the whole 9 yards, and I booked a show, and I showed up, and I learned, I've got a Kemper, I've got like a backing track things, in-ear monitors.
Wow.
If I'm in a stadium, no matter who's there, all by myself, and I interact with people. Usually
he interacts with people.
Whenever I get
So
done,
you're a social butterfly then.
carried off the stage.
He dry humped a pool player at the Mirkwood. There was a guy. Yeah,
Downstairs.
Yeah.
Downstairs. Yeah. You had to
Downstairs.
go downstairs to go home.
I was the first ever downstairs performer at Mirkwood.
Dude, Heather, the owner of the Mirkwood, Heather Beck, I bet she was a proud motherfucker that night too.
Well, so something had happened. There was this was a Josiah show. Love the kid to death. They double booked.
No, it's not a Josiah show, unfortunately. I hate to say that. That's just how the Mirkwood is.
Yeah,
We've been booked like 3 times from the Mirkwood. So it's a Mirkwood thing, it's a Josiah thing. Just to be clear on that.
Exactly what happened. It was one of those, and I walked into the venue and I went straight up to the stage and I knew I was the opener. So I walked right up and I started like getting ready to load my equipment. And they're like, hey, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Seraphim. And he's like, oh, no, you're not playing here. You're playing downstairs. I'm like, hold on, excuse me? He's like, yeah, you need to go talk to Josiah. So I went and found Josiah. He kind of smoothed it over and he showed me this like this handmade like stage and some like disco lights.
I know what you're.
I'm sorry, this is what's going on. And I was so pissed. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
This is it. And I was like, fine, whatever. And so they were doing this thing where they had some country act playing upstairs with all the people, like, eating their food. And then they had the metal show going on downstairs. Well, I have a wireless unit too, in-ear monitors, wireless unit.
God.
I'm talking to the guy. I was like, crank it, let's get it started. I have like a 2-minute long intro. I walked upstairs and started standing on tables, yelling at people to come downstairs. Like, come on, party's downstairs. You can your French fries and stuff will still be there.
I fucking love somebody.
Like they slowly started coming down. They're just like, what the hell's going on? Well, they had a pool table off to the side. And this guy, I don't know if it was like a first date or whatever, but he's all like, oh, hey, yeah, you're cool, whatever. And I shit you not, he's got his back to me.
This is me. I'll be the guy playing pool right now.
And he's like, wrecking this stuff. And I grabbed a guitar and I was getting pissed that he wasn't paying attention. So I straight up was dry humping the hell out of him with my guitar. And his date was looking, and I was looking her in the eye like,
Yeah.
and she was like loving it. The entire crowd was losing their shit. And then the guy, like, he backed up too far, and I acted like, oh, no big deal. I caught a couple making out at the bar, and I stopped and like clapped at everybody. Was like, and was pointing at him, making a whole big deal. Like I pay attention. I will call you out.
Oh my! I gotta go to your show, dude. Like, fuck.
So Seraphim was his solo act.
I know who Seraphim is.
Just him alone.
I don't know who Seraphim is.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
yeah. So it's
I kind of get why you were bummed though. Like the stage upstairs is pretty magnificent, and the one downstairs is rickety. You know,
I didn't even know that there was one downstairs.
there is. I stood on it.
What is it? Like I've never really hung out downstairs. I mean,
the guy that was doing the
there.
sound, he's not like all of that into metal, but he was like, dude, I've got to shake your hand. Like he's like, that was, and I felt bad because the next band after me, like they're really awesome. I love their music, and they just was like, I don't think we can follow that. We'll try to do it, but we had Josiah has the Resurrect crew ladies that come and play shows and stuff. And the last time I was at the Mirkwood had two new ladies, and there was this one of the dancers had a choker with a long chain on it, and I was rocking out downstairs.
I don't know where this is going.
And I saw that chain, and I shit you not, I had a pause. I grabbed the chain and I drug her over to the stand where the bar was, and she started dancing with me while I was playing guitar. I was leading her around with that, like, I'm not gonna mess
dude,
around.
that's awesome.
Make it interactive.
You do. They are rad. Hell yeah, they're rad.
Well, he opened up at Chop Suey for, what was that band?
What?
Alien
cool.
Yeah, he got a pretty awesome gig opening up at Chop Suey for a traveling New Zealand band, and you had the stage show, you had the sound. I mean, it was just.
Dude, I love the Chop Suey. It's super tiny. The man, you can pack that motherfucker in there, man.
Yeah.
I went strung out there. So they're in LA. I like them. Don't. Yeah.
So we basically, our ethos is to give a good show and not be self-indulgent, because it's a blessing to be able to do what we're doing, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
love doing it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, so we just want to see how far we can take it, how far we can evolve, and it's fun because it's a really creative thing. I'm getting a chance to explore my sound. He's getting a chance to explore his together with us, and it syncs, really well. Like we're not like when he writes riffs, he's not like some guitarists, they're always trying to add extra shit that doesn't really serve the song, and singers are got their own bullshit, and we found like this way.
I know I'm both.
Right.
Yes.
So it's not competition. It's not competition. It's like a
No,
chance.
it's not. You got to leave the ego out of it. And I
Yeah.
get that. My husband and I are a power duo, and same thing kind of happened to us. Like Thomas was like not finding the right people for the niche, and we just decided to do our own thing and became the Maxwells. It was super easy because it's our last name, and yeah, we went from there. And as a married couple, we have to leave our ego out of it too. Like generally we get along pretty well. We're pretty mellow, but like we've had to keep ourselves in check too. Like no ego. Okay.
Well, if you find the right musicians to play with, your egos will never come.
Right. It jives. Yeah.
I will agree to a point that there is no egos when it comes to like the music side of it and what you're doing. I will say though, the second I step up on that stage, it's a whole other matter. And
Okay.
Well,
that brings us to our next question, which is, do you go into character while on stage?
Yes.
That was a good prelude.
Absolutely.
These are great questions from the audience tonight.
I am fairly I'm an extroverted person, but I'm also like I'm a business professional, and I'm pretty laid back and whatever. The second that I've got stage clothes on, I've got my guitar strapped to me, it's a whole other level. And the second I walk up on stage, it's the gloves are off, no holds barred. So long as it's not crossing a line or you're hurting anybody, it's fine. But the second you get up on stage, it is kind of a competition. It's an all-out war, but it's more of demanding the attention of the people. Like they pay good money not to just sit at a bar and drink.
Right.
Ever they come to see a show, and if they paid money to walk in just to drink, and a show happens to happen, I'm going to remind them why they paid money to come in there.
Right.
Unintentional, that it's a lot of hard work that people have to do, and I'm going to do what I can to entertain. So,
yeah, I mean, for me, like I've done a lot of acting. I've made some films, that kind of stuff. But for me, like music is a very special thing. It connects people to certain forces in the psyche and in nature. And this whole Fleischwig journey has been about tapping into something that I've sort of repressed my whole life. And so it's more about letting that energy out.
Deep.
Wow. Ooh, love that.
Yeah.
Around. I mean, like, I'm not just trying to get some free beers, I'm trying to like, we're both
express yourself musically.
Yeah, I mean, you're on this planet for a limited time. You might as well take all, and film music is really hard because you have so many elements that are chaotic and people's personalities. So when you teaming up with Thomas has been a huge blessing because he's someone I can depend upon in a lot of different ways to be competent and be good. And that's kind of rare already. So then you combine, and I'm pretty raw and new at this, but I think, my energy is really appropriate for what we're doing. So it's just kind of like, for me, it's just, I'm still learning how to do it. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I'm trying to access all those spaces in my psyche that want to come out. And this is the style of music that fits it, And so as it comes out naturally, it is going to be exciting. I don't want to try to put on any more of an act than is really true, but I think that's going to speak for itself when you're on stage, like I can't.
Do you guys ever get like a little bit of stage fright before you go on?
What's that?
Do you guys ever get like a little bit of stage fright right before you go on?
You go first.
I will say when I was by myself a little bit, but the second that I play that first note, it's over with. Like, I mean, it may be getting up in the build up and whatever, but at that point, like after I've strummed that first riff and I've crushed everybody right then, from that point. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'll usually have like a drink just to kind of loosen the nerves. Right before I'll like get myself pumped up and whatever, get the energy build up. But yeah, usually right after I hit that first riff, it's good to go. I mean, the worst that's gonna happen is you fuck up, and you know, most of the time people aren't gonna recognize.
They don't know if you don't let onto it. You just keep rolling. They have no idea unless they're a super fan, and then they'll call you.
Like, well, you did
afterward.
Like I heard you fuck up that one
verse, the chorus. I know.
I did have a recent. So the last live show I played, I actually got invited to Northern Kentucky to play a radio festival. And,
cool.
In the height of COVID and the LA riots or all the rioting and the BLM and all that stuff was going on, I go to Kentucky to to go play a metal show. Field.
You went, wow, dude!
I did. I wore masks. I got a lot of shit for it. I have a lot of family in that area, so I use it as an excuse. Like, I'm gonna go visit some family. Distance. I got so much crap. Like, they're like, it's a hoax. Why are you wearing that mask? All that stuff.
Oh my gosh.
No joke. I put my clown makeup on, put my eyeballs in, got everything all doused up, wet in my hair, got up on stage, and it was like midnight in a field, and dew had started to set in. I took one step on that stage and started that first riff, and I slipped and bit it. Like, I totally fell on my back in the middle of it. And I got up and was like, oh, yep, messed up. And at that point, I just didn't care. I just...
That's good. So...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So he's got no fear. He's done it. He's done a lot of shows on tours. He's a lot more experienced than I am.
What about you?
Well, so for me, it's kind of weird because I've been a stranger to myself my whole life. I've never been able to figure out what it is that I really want to do. As an actor, I would always get a little queasy before getting on stage. But then as soon as the tape started rolling, whatever, like I would just find myself. And so the first night we performed, I was getting a little bit queasy. I was getting a little bit anxious because I wasn't sure. Well, I always blank in all the lyrics, like right before a scene in film and right before I perform, I was like, I don't remember any of my lyrics. And then as soon as I'm on the stage and the music, something happens where you kind of just like shift gears. And I got to say, like, I've never felt more alive. Is this my phone doing that? Oh my God.
I believe so, man.
For it. They're on our show now.
Uh-oh.
Is it Mom?
Another.
No.
No. Okay.
Don't do it.
God, I totally want to talk to Mom.
Like, you got to now.
It was asked if I answer her. Trust me, it'll be a fucking nightmare.
The answer is
Let's
no.
do it.
Hot mess coming up.
One big
live interview.
You don't want to miss Musicians Hangout tonight. We've got a hot mess coming your way.
Okay, so but like one thing I noticed about when we performed is like I really felt like I belonged on that stage. So I felt really comfortable once I was there, and I think in the long run, it's kind of where we both belong. And so I think it's gonna be fun. We keep going down this road and exploring this unique combination. And one thing we both think about is that together we add something that I feel the genre could benefit from, which is like his hooks, his rhythm playing, his creativity, and sort of my innocence when it comes to what I think things should sound like, because I don't really know what I'm doing half the time when I'm first starting off the songs. In some ways it all works out, like it's not just the typical stuff that you think people want to hear. It's kind of like something a little bit new, it's a bit of a risk because it's not maybe as hard as some people want, but I feel once people hear this stuff live, they change their tune. I mean, I don't know. I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. We have everybody. Jeremy Chester says that you need to send whoever some snoods.
Is that sleep nudes when we're asleep? Snood? Like
send snoods.
Like I'll sneak in when he's naked and asleep.
No.
You wear underwear?
I
don't wear underwear. But this is LA, so now I worry about it because when I go to bed at night with no underwear,
So nobody wears underwear.
That's not.
yeah. So now I got like this plan that if I have to
You
get
know,
up,
everyone in LA knows. No, they're not watching. Washington is watching.
Dude, just get a robe because, like, on your way out the door, just like put that robe on, you're good to go.
yeah, I have an emergency robe by the door that you can just. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you
I
go.
want to get also horns for
Right.
Chris. He's all like, yeah.
Yeah. Oof. No, I'm not sitting. No. I am
No snoods.
no snoods. For
I haven't
me.
heard of snoods.
Snooze.
Closer to 40 you get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm almost 40 as well.
Oh, you're definitely. I think we're all eligible for a snood. Don't you think?
No.
Dude, I totally need a snood.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Jeremy.
I've been on some dating apps lately, and I think I've seen a few snoods, to be honest. So I don't know. Not always a good thing.
I was going to ask you guys, because I wanted you to plug yourselves, promote yourselves, where our viewers can find you guys. Where can we find your music at?
We have right now we have 3 singles that are available on all the major streaming platforms. So Spotify, Music, Amazon Music, Tidal, all of those. Yeah, so we're available there. We're on Instagram. It's all. I mean, I wanted to join a band that was really difficult to be able to pronounce and spell for fans over audio formats, or asking your Echo device to play your favorite song from your band, Fleischkrieg. That's always fun.
Oh my God. I bet Alexis is just like, I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know what the hell Alexa says. She's like Big Brother and she's a snitch, so she's not.
Well, and then like when you try to hashtag Fleischkrieg, it sometimes they'll think it's a German. Well, it is a German word.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, it came up with all sorts of weird stuff until I like spelled the whole word out.
Yeah.
Like it's like trying to Google Licking County, Ohio.
Right. Caution when Googling.
Don't go
I
too long.
name it. Is it really just a lot of licking going down at one date? And
Dude,
like,
so
It's like Ian Claw, man. Like
I thought it had to do with cows.
probably.
I'm kidding.
that's Enum Claw. The livestock horses. I don't
about Enum Claw,
know.
Enum Claw, the legend of Enum Claw.
Everybody does.
I was an art institute student when the original footage came in. A kid brought into class. I don't know how he got it. He got off one of those Real TV players. Remember Real TV back in the day? So we saw the actual video of the horse doing the thing to the guy. We saw it. It was horrific.
I'm sorry.
Sound effects if you want to.
Oh, God.
Imagine
I'm
this.
sorry.
Just slamming right in. And hearing all you got is I mean, that was like, where's it? I mean, bam, all the way in. He had a guy there assisting. I'm sorry, I'm going off the deep end here.
That was-
No, it's okay. Were you in Seattle Art Institute?
Yes, you'll see it.
Okay. Okay, just had to clarify. Wanted to know.
Yeah, they're searching for this in Alabama's art school, Enum Claw.
I don't think Alabama believes in art. I think that might be an abomination against God.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
What's
So
going on in Alabama?
I love Alabama. I'm proud to be from Alabama, but I will admit there's some problems. So here,
Problems.
there's a few. So anyway, I had Enum Claw, pun intended, and it was just one of those things that. And Enum Claw has never been able. I think Enum Claw has tried to move on, but people won't.
Oh, they can never get out. They've been trying. Like they've been holding festivals there, and everybody's just like, we're gonna be livestock.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I worked on a horse ranch, so I've seen a lot of horse thing-a-lang. Yeah. I don't want to be anywhere near them.
Do you perhaps have a song that? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh!
There's inspiration for you guys.
So
We do have a song.
More like a hated noise song, honestly.
we have a countryside project.
Yeah. So as he was moving down from Seattle,
Oh,
and of
jeez.
course he saw all the countrysides and farm places on his way, he arrives into the LA area in his U-Haul and whatnot. He goes, dude, the first thing comes out of his mouth is not, hey man, how's it going? It's like, dude, I wrote a raunchy cover or a country song. You gotta hear this. and it's literally the lyric, like the main lyric is, my horse's dick is bigger than yours is.
Oh my God.
And he starts singing it, and I'm immediately like, so I'm not a country person, but I was like, dude, we can make a whole thing of this, a side project. It'll be rich and sassy.
Famous. Oh yeah. It would make millions. Like we always joke around about stuff like that too. We joke around about doing a countryside project with funny songs. Because we'll make little ditties like just sitting here and we're like, we gotta do that. We'll make millions.
Country lends itself to like easy chord progressions you don't have to struggle to get, and it's just kind of about having a melody. So I'll sing you 2 bars, and you know it's still a little raw. All right. My horse's dick is bigger than yours is. Longer than a long acre mile, thicker than a can of Cold Wars.
Where you at, Brett Allen? Get these guys signed. Come on.
I write the guitar for it, but my horse's dick is bigger than yours is.
Like, I'm not doing that.
I just like, for me, I grew up around a lot of rednecks, right? And so there's always like this.
Well, Alabama, so
Yeah, offspring going on, but like all you gotta do is look at that horse's dick and go like, dude, we don't stack up at all next to this horse. You can posture all you want, yeah, but you know, your
So
wife.
when he gets out of the vehicle and he tells you about his country idea, you're like, dang it, I didn't know you were into country.
no, he's kind of like, I know that's a long damn drive, but damn, dude,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When he first brought it
it's
up,
just I drive all the way damn down.
Oh no!
In LA, like,
I got a little crazy.
yeah, I mean, all by his lonesome. All he sees is all them
horse sticks.
Jesus.
I didn't ask if we could cuss. I'm sorry, I should have asked.
No, it's okay. We used to not because we tried to be family friendly, and then 2020 came about, and we all it was like
everybody. So
yeah. It was mostly because I'm an educator, so I'm a teacher. So if by chance, I don't advertise my show
right
to students, but in case they popped in, at least I wasn't dropping the F-bomb. But they've heard it before, so.
No,
the horse sticks.
Girl, they're probably saying the F-bomb. They just
all
don't
about that though.
It's a bit much. I can
oh please. There is worse stuff on YouTube.
Right. Yeah, things are changing in the censorship space. I just don't know where we're all at in the world.
Yeah, the kids are less desensitized, or I shouldn't say less, I meant more. Sorry, they're more desensitized to things, even than we were. So they're fed some crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll be honest. Like, if we're gonna get all like introspective and whatnot, like I've always kind of like. I'm two sides of it where there's aspects of this where there's always that line of rebellion, and you see like I'm an empty nester. I had children when I was young. They're long gone, but I seem to be like a totally open-minded. I thought I was a pretty cool dad, but there was always that line that like my kids would try to push, and I was just like, yeah, okay, next. Yeah. So what? And then finally, like I had one child that they crossed many lines. It was like, all right. So it's like, I think I'm pretty cool, but I think you're just being overly rebellious on some of the things that you're making.
So I had to rebel above your level of rebellion.
Oh yeah, I'm just like, okay.
That's what they do.
Like I'm at a point where I just basically like I can't even respond, and I'm just looking at my wife going, I don't know. You like whatever.
Oh my God.
I also have a strong belief that when you censor too much, you repress natural aspects that are considered taboo, and in turn, it incites an extra layer of for lack of a better word, insanity or inappropriateness, because like. When you're told that nudity is wrong and saying certain things in a context is wrong. Now, I'm not saying like, we should be racist or anything like that, but more of like being allowed to speak your mind, being allowed to see a naked body, being able to, to watch whatever you want on television instead of hiding it like it doesn't exist, but instead addressing it and discussing it, then it's not such a big deal. Like if you compare North America to say Europe, we have a lot of alcohol problems. We have a lot of like the college kids. It's all about, they can't wait to go to college because they're out of the reign of their
They're going to party. Yeah.
Party mixers. Let's do it.
Yeah. Drinking constantly and all that. But in Europe, the drinking age is much lower.
Yeah, it is.
Seen of as a thing. And for them, like when they go to college, they're more respectful. They're more, they're not, I'm going to say polite, but like they're more controlled.
There you go. Yeah.
And the same thing,
more indulgent.
Yeah. There's less shock to it. There's less shock value to it anymore.
Exactly. But also when you think about things of like a sexual nature, when we talk about nudity, those countries that are more open to it, you have less issues of sexually related violence.
Oh, less assaults.
Yeah, like if you think about it from like what's one of the not Sweden, but one of those Scandinavian countries where they're more of an atheistic country.
Oh, sorry, the chat, like, I love this. Yes. Troy, I'm right there with you, actually.
A lot of people will be getting on both sides of the coin with YouTube stuff. I had a friend of mine who's pretty liberal. She posted something about how bad Hitler was, and just because Hitler was on the feed, YouTube censored it. So she's like, wait a second, I said he was bad, but like, yeah, well, nowadays, like, there's so
now that you used his name, it's like saying Bob, the TSA.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
To try to manage the future. Well, all I know, and like speaking of what he was saying, I think I was somewhere in Europe, and like after 10 p.m., boobies came on TV. That's what I remember. Like all of a sudden, all these boobs started showing up. So,
I thought it was a show. I was like, okay.
No, just
dude, that's an awesome show.
They definitely didn't have the same hangups that we did, that we do, and I definitely.
Well, Europe's been that way for a while, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even like Cartoon Network has Adult Swim.
Yeah.
After a certain time for adults.
Man, in college, I could not wait for Adult Swim to come on. That was what I like look forward to after.
It's hilarious.
Partying a little bit.
It's hilarious that you were in college when Adult Swim came out. Like, I'm old. I didn't have that till I was like graduated kid.
Well, in my first year of college was 20 years ago, so.
Oh.
I know, that's just
I'm feeling it too. Think, the idea of 20 years is crazy to me.
I know, like.
Can you guys believe that in September, 9/11 was 20 damn years ago?
Yeah.
That's
20
years ago? I mean, I remember the day and I remember everything about it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I was like,
where were you at when that happened?
What's that?
I was about to watch Jerry Springer changing it from Dragon Tales because it was 10 o'clock and Mommy needed to watch a show. True story.
Oh my God.
Where were you at?
I was in Cincinnati. I was working a part-time job, and it was my day off, so I was sleeping in, and one of my roommates called from work, and he's like, "Turn on the television right now." And we turned on the television in between, right before the second plane hit. So.
That's when I saw it too. I was in my dorm room skipping class because I'd partied the night before and I was sleeping. And it was, I want to say it was 11-ish Central Time. And another chick from the floor came running in and said, "Turn on the TV now." And she turned on our TV in our dorm. And I saw the second plane and I thought it was like a movie or a trailer to something. I don't know. Like, I didn't register. First of all, I was, just waking up and hungover. But then I was like, wait a second, what is going on? Am I dreaming? Did I just wake up? Like,
Mhm.
it was a weird day.
I thought it was a Michael Bay movie. That was like Michael Bay's always got shit blowing up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that didn't happen here. Like it was stunning. Like, whoa! Like how did that even?
Amber. Are we gonna
have an Amber Alert right now. Hold on, it's going down.
Holy shit, that's some interesting timing.
Kids are being stolen as we speak.
Is a North Korean ICBM attack? Is that what's happening for launched in Hawaii?
Maybe.
I hope not.
Turn on the TV. I don't have a
North Korea would just chill out.
I mean, my friend Jim Day, he says, starring Arnold.
Yeah,
hey,
we started on Arnold. Come on,
dude, but oh wait, the dude. I don't know what that was. Something about Hunger Games. Holy shit, this shit's going off.
Yeah, it is.
Chelan, that's like 4 hours away. I'm pretty sure they're not here.
Well, you never know. That's like 6 hours for me.
So that is true. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a great governor of California, I have to say. I lived there while he was governor, and he was awesome. And then the new governor came in and started shutting down all the good, like, dispensaries and stuff, and that sucked.
His big like mess up was like shutting everything down and then going out to like a dinner in front of everybody and having some Chardonnay while everybody's like,
who, Arnold?
No, not Arnold. Arnold was
the other dude.
No, Arnold gave us like windmills.
Yeah, Arnold.
Solar power. Everybody needs to do the solar power.
27 pounds.
Come on.
Everybody has power and 27 pounds.
27 pounds. Wind is heavy. Trust me, it's very heavy.
No, because it's in the chopper.
It's right. The chopper. Sometimes the chopper goes like this, and sometimes it goes like this, and harnesses the wind in the air.
It's just like.
I don't know. No. Listen, Arnold had all the best grunts.
I know, right?
Dude, yes.
So we're trying to figure this out. Like, he's got a pretty good walk-in. I've got an get to the job.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Oh, here's my all-time favorite though. If you want me to do Arnold. Go ahead. Okay. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women. Lamentation. Who says lamentation?
So
who says lamentation?
It's Arnold does.
Arnold. He didn't know shit English back then. You're right.
He could say.
That was amazing.
Oh god!
Like crying for him. He should have.
Oh my god!
Okay, so the other thing is this guy. So let me just show them. Don't go anywhere.
So I'll give a little bit of a little introduction.
It's not a tumor.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I'm Quillen.
One of the things that Richard and I realized about each other is when we get inebriated, we start talking like different celebrities.
Oh my god, I love that.
I'm more the Christopher Walken guy. It's a bad one, but
yes.
Christopher Walken.
Do it.
Oh, my impressions. It's not good. It could be better, but it gets by. When there's more alcohol, we can then talk more.
Yes.
But
he's in the neighborhood.
I mean, but Richards is Sir Sean Connery.
Sure. My name is Sean. So listen, everybody has a spirit animal, right? This is my spirit animal right here.
Dude, yes. Oh my god, that is the best. Like, he's in his action pants right there. Ooh.
His action pants.
So that's Sean Connery is my spirit animal.
That room is dying.
Yeah. Well, here's why. Because listen, so Richard, Richard, do you have the stuff or not? You know what? If Sean Connery can go out into the desert with a mankini on and a thigh-high boots and a 6-shooter.
Fucking
Not-
ponytail down to here.
What's stopping me in life is he was at the pinnacle of masculine power and identity, and he didn't give a shit.
But Sean,
Are you getting action pants too? Oh God, please tell me
should
you
get
are.
some action pants.
but Sean, I'm trying to do my best.
Your best. Losers whine about doing their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Sorry. I mean, I'm a little rusty. Oh, my favorite is from
No,
Highlander.
that's good.
How do we beat the Kurgan? Easy. Heart, faith, a little steel. But in the end, there can only be one. So here's the thing, though.
So this is what you guys do, like.
He has the greatest intro to his set, though. He took the monologue from Highlander and he put it in the end. Here's the thing about people that people don't know about that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Connery recorded that monologue on his toilet.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
The reverb that you hear is not from a studio. It's from the tile.
It's from the
I
jar.
believe it. I've recorded in the bathroom before.
Listen.
Yes.
All that extra money you got to spend on the studio. Just come to my toilet. It's fantastic.
Yes.
You hear the echo.
It's the perfect echo.
It's perfect.
Somebody in the chat room has a fever.
Yep, someone
Oh.
promised
Can you
to
try it? Give it a go.
tell us about this fever.
You know, I put my pants on just like everybody else. Just when I do, I make gold records.
So if the band fails, we're going to be impressionists,
We're
right?
gonna be impersonating.
You guys need a side project doing that, like simultaneously.
We have somebody like do Matt Damon.
What do you think, Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon will never escape that. That's like Richard Gere never escaping the gerbil story.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Like Matt Damon will always be Matt Damon. There's always going to be somebody at the
Oh
party.
shit! Buster says the quickening happens to Keith Richards every time a musician dies. I fucking believe that. I fucking believe that.
yes. Well,
I'm
and
pretty sure he died like way back in the day.
I love the pictures of Keith Richards when he was younger holding a baby. And it's like, oh, here's the rare photo Keith Richards holding baby Betty White.
Baby Jesus.
I mean, he never has to worry about aging because he was always just beat up. He was always just beat up. So he's just stayed the same. It's kind of a good gig in life.
He's preserved himself with all sorts of drugs and alcohol.
And
I mean, he's outlasted Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp fell apart, but Keith Richards, as far as I know, is still getting on stage. And
well, another interesting, well, maybe not interesting, but trivial factoid about Keith Richards. In the movie Legend, the head goblin in that film, the goblin named Blix, they literally they wrote or they drew the image of that after Keith Richards. So they made, like the image of Keith Richards. Imagine him with an elongated nose and green skin, and that's a goblin in this movie.
That's awesome.
I mean,
I didn't know that.
yeah. I mean, I'm a little intimidated by those guys because I'm 46. I'll say my age, and I'm working out, trying to stay in shape. But I've seen like Mick Jagger perform a couple years ago. Whenever those guys are running around on stage, they got to be almost 70, right?
Cocaine.
I think they're like 90, aren't they? Fuck, I don't know.
Maybe they
I'm 47, so I don't know how old they were back when I was a kid. Like they had to have been like in their 20s then, right?
Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty surprised.
70,
Like, these guys are late 60s probably, and they're not stopping. So got no excuse.
That's because they have fucking roadies, bro.
Roadies and cocaine.
Yep, that's exactly it.
I got some 5 hour.
Lifestyles of the rich and the famous.
Yeah.
Champagne dreams, caviar lifestyle,
Vodka nightmares.
Nice, nice. What are you drinking?
Vodka and cranberry pomegranate.
Oh,
that reminds me.
I hear pomegranate's good for you. What do you got?
I'm dry.
Oh, he's
Well,
dry.
if I'm going to destroy my liver, I might as well give some vitamins to my body.
I think it's all about what they call it is a form of preservation too, right? I mean, it
Well,
works
I'm
for
not
Keith.
drinking formaldehyde, but close.
Yeah. No, I like my vodka too. Don't get me wrong. I'm a vodka guy.
I like Jägermeister. I'm not drinking Jaeger
Do
tonight.
you like, if I ever confessed I liked Jaeger to anybody, they'd always give me shit for it for some
I always
reason.
get shit and I don't care. And this
Yeah.
shocked with me. They know
Dude,
what my
I'm totally
thing is.
in touch with you any day, girl. Like, I don't care.
Everyone that knows me takes shots of Jaeger. We're like, I'm with Maxine. It's what we do. And I'm like,
So,
you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's a thing. So that's what we do.
I love Jaeger. Jaeger
this
was
poster behind me is a Jägermeister poster, and it's actually my friends from the band Drown Mary. They were sponsored by Jägermeister.
nice. Oh,
And with that said, I just want to say that Musicians Hangout, we are dedicated to music, not to underage drinking.
yes.
Have to put that in because
And
But overage drinking, we're all for it.
well, and I honor 2 sober months every year, and it is my soberary. So I am drinking ginger beer tonight.
That is
It's
fun. Though.
beer.
I love the taste of ginger beer.
Me too, and I like so you've heard of a Moscow Mule, I'm sure, but there's a Berlin Mule that's German, so it has Jägermeister in the ginger beer with lime. It's good.
Wow. Well, I'm a bit of a history nerd, and Jägermeister was in the first aid kits of the German army. So they believe it's got it's a mixture of herbs. People don't realize that, but it's a bit of a
Yeah, it was first like a cough syrup, I want to say. It was
exactly. It has
first
medicinal.
to market as a cough syrup.
There you go.
And then they realized they woke up the next day with a week-long hangover, and they're like, "There's something to this."
That's surprisingly doesn't
licorice.
twice it has. I got a little too crazy with the Jaeger because everybody wants to take shots with me. So I get off stage and all of these Jaeger shots come at me. And now I have to, remember to share with everybody around me because I can't have them all. Even though I want to, I can't. Should not. Should not. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last time
I'm allergic to peppermint, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Here, drink this."
Yes.
I didn't shot. And so I grabbed a shot, and when people come up and give you a shot on stage, you can't just set it down. You got to take that motherfucker and start playing or whatever you do. They gave me peppermint schnapps. I'm allergic to peppermint.
Oh, that's right.
No.
Yeah.
Like severely allergic. But thankfully, in peppermint schnapps, they don't use 100% peppermint oil.
Oh.
It's a lot of artificial flavoring. But yeah, I did not like it. I'm like, oh my God, you gave me a death drink. It tastes like death. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Oh.
Does it affect your performance? Is it like a throat thing? Is it just
it's punk. You just plays fast.
Yeah.
No,
Not much really.
what does peppermint do to you, friend? What's your reaction?
Normal reaction is I go into anaphylactic shock. My throat closes up, I get hives, and I can't breathe, and it's
Not good.
the whole thing. Like, I could die. So, like, even toothpaste I get sketchy on when I'm like, I don't like mint toothpaste.
Yeah. Don't take any chances.
Yeah. It tastes bad.
So one of the chat people said Keith Richards has been playing 45 years.
Wow.
So how fucking old was he when he started, though?
So I guess you'd have to say teenager.
Teens, they were young when they got going.
They
They were like 15 or 16 or some shit
they were
like that.
like the Beatles. Aerosmith was like that too. Aerosmith was super young too.
I just gotta say, I just cannot stand the way that, oh God, what is his name from the singer for Rolling Stones? Mick Jagger. When he prances around doing his cock walk, oh my God, I just want to punch him straight in the throat. I don't know what it is. I just want to punch him in the face so hard.
Oh my God.
Oh, 14. Jeremy says that they were fucking 14.
God damn, dude.
So this motherfucker's only like 50 fucking 9? Get the fuck out.
I'm mad.
Fuck.
He was like 80.
Don't do drugs, kids. Damn.
How old is Keith Richards? Come on, Siri, wake up.
There's chronological age and then there's biological age.
How old is
There's drug age. That motherfucker is like.
You got to factor in preservation.
Years old.
Keith Richards is 77.
77.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, guess because he was playing with somebody else before the Stones.
Was he?
My Lord.
Sorry, my dog had to come in.
So much research. No.
So I'm kind of curious. So it's not totally on us, and it's not that often I get to talk to female drummers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask each of you separately. What is your top 5 favorite drummers of all time?
Okay.
Start with you, Crash.
Oh, okay. Number 1, the former drummer for Double Driver, John Boakland. Hands down the best drummer I have ever met or got to see play live. Like, that guy blows my damn mind. He is amazing, hands down. Ringo Starr, he is so underrated.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, that guy's got some super fast fills, and he can do some crazy ass like jazz stuff.
Yeah.
Like ever.
Yeah.
You
don't even really notice it being jazzy.
Right. I don't know the guy's name, but the dude from Def Leppard, the one-armed guy.
Oh yeah, he's damn.
I gotta say,
Is it
after his car accident and having his arm amputated, after being reattached and learning how to do drums, but not just with his one arm, but mostly with his feet, dude, that's awesome, and that deserves a lot of respect.
Yeah, totally.
So that's 3, 4. They're gonna be local bands. Kate Roxwell, the female drummer for Klondike Kate.
Hell yeah, Kate.
My girl, obviously, Maxine, and my girl, Allie. Hannah, she is the drummer for the band Digging for Change. And Supersonic Battle Squad. That's the name of her punk band.
Nice.
I love Ellie too. I got a lot of favorite local drummers as well, but I'm gonna have to say Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Damn
Sorry.
good.
Yes.
Did you know Brooklyn has a Phil Collins Day parade?
Who does Brooklyn?
That's fucking awesome.
You can YouTube it. There's a Phil Collins Day. I guess back in
Not up right now.
Phil Collins went to the city of Brooklyn and did something magical that changed their lives. Now they got a
He
parade.
probably did that epic fucking drum thing.
Dude, we're celebrating
Did you know that sound? He created the 80s sound.
February 15th. So we just missed it. We're celebrating it now.
Let's celebrate it now.
Yes.
To Phil fucking Collins. Phil Collins.
I have this total love affair with Phil Collins. I'm usually not able to talk about it in public, but I love that.
Oh man, it's welcome here. We love Phil. He's a pimp.
I love him. He sings, he drums. It's what I do. So like
Nice. That's your jam, literally.
it is. And I'm so glad that you guys asked this because I got asked this on the spot a few weeks ago, and and I get a little flack for liking Ringo, but I really like Metallica, and I'm sorry everybody in the chat. I got so much flack for loving Lars.
I don't give a shit about it this time.
I heard an interesting rumor about Lars. I've yet to hear anybody confirm it.
He's a bobblehead.
When Mike Portnoy left Dream Theater, Lars Ulrich was the runner-up for who they chose as his back. The Mike Mangini was the guy that actually replaced Mike Portnoy. But to my understanding, Lars Ulrich went to the woodshed to learn as much Dream Theater as possible, and apparently auditioned and was runner-up.
Whoa, dude!
have that confirmed, so I'm still calling it a rumor.
God damn.
Interesting nonetheless.
Theater has like a Neil Peart type setup. Their drummer's like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim Day. He said he can't do it.
So
All right, so that's
five,
Phil,
so let's see, I got
you got 3 more.
I guess. So Dave Grohl. Absolutely.
He's just a nice guy.
I know. I love
it.
him. Yeah. Yeah, I want to meet Dave Grohl. I want him on
I
our
have
show.
a story
Dave
about
Grohl,
him.
be on my show.
I have a
He's
story about him. Oh my god. Dude, the Mankini action pants. I fucking love it.
Look at those thigh-high boots. These boots are made for
I
walking
know, like,
all over their ash.
I'm a fan of Vinnie Paul.
Okay.
oh yeah.
Vinnie Paul,
Yeah.
Pantera, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pantera. I love Pantera. Oh my god.
Yeah. I always forget about those
right.
motherfuckers.
So many Pantera songs. I'm like, I wish I would have wrote that. But I'm also a Damage Plan fan. I really love their side project Damage Plan.
So another true and sad story. I actually saw the guy that murdered Dime at a Damage Plan show.
What the
Get
heck?
the fuck out.
The story is that he was arrested at a show in Cincinnati because he actually got on stage, and I watched the guy go up on stage. And so Damage Plan, their stage setup, like they had the big wall of cabinets, and they had a welded diamond that had their logo that would set in between the 2 stacks. And I went on the corner of one of the diamonds, and it took 3 bouncers to get him off and almost pulled the entire thing down on Bobzilla. I talked to one of the bouncers, drug him outside. They said they punched the dude 3 times in the throat, and he did not budge. They eventually got him handcuffed in the back of a car. And when the band was done playing, the police asked him, like, are you wanting to press charges? But they're like, dude, we're on a tour. We ain't got time for that.
Wow.
They let him go. And it was the guy that ended up.
And that was the guy who fucking killed Dimebag.
The guy who ended up killing him. It was reported that the Cincinnati police had that guy in custody at one point. And I saw the show where he did that in Cincinnati.
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, sad story, man. Oh my god. I listen to Damage Plan all the time. It's really sad what happened to Dimebag. Like, it feels like it wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was. It was 2007.
No shit.
Years ago.
It sounds like we want to be able to get Dream Theater. That'd be cool.
Oh, would love to. Yeah.
All right. So what's your number 5 then?
Oh my god, that's where I'm gonna tie because hold on.
It's hard.
I'm a
Like,
sucker for female drummers,
Like,
man.
there's a whole bunch of other ones like Neil Peart, John Bonham, Ginger Baker. Like,
well, see, I speak a lot to Sheila E. because I'm a female drummer and she paved the way for a lot of us. I mean, there were all sorts of other female drummers in the scene when she was working with Prince and before that. But, you know, I really love her. Carrie Carpenter, you know, yet another one that paved the way for a lot of us female drummers. And I love a lot of the girls that I'm following online too, like Sharon Ransom and Tammy Woods, Jen Yates. And then in our local scene, we got Allie, we got Angie, Megan, we've got, killer girls in the scene. And I also really, really like Hands of Deliverance is a band from Edmonds, and their drummer is amazing, Jarrett Van Dyke.
yes.
So that was a little more than 5, but that's where I'm like, these are my top famous, and then I have like all of the girls that I shout out because they're badass drummers, and then like the scene drummers that I'm just like, holy shit, I'm experiencing this right now. Look at this motherfucker go.
Yeah.
So
my friend Jason Van Ness, who he is in the band Antihero from Tacoma, his spiel is he likes to set his drums on fire and smash them, and there's like this big fireball that goes up. but he
Jesus.
will not tell me what he uses or his combination. And I don't want to just go like setting a whole bunch of shit on fire, you know?
The chick from
Yeah.
Juliet Tango does that too. She sets her drum set on fire. She's
Wow.
yeah, and they're a power duo too. They're a little more punk, a little more rock pop, I want to say. And he does the singing, so he's on guitar and sings, and she drums and she lights her shit on fire, and yeah, it's pretty sweet.
I gotta say though, I'm a little disappointed. Well, I will say I'm glad I heard John Berkland on the list. I like John. I think he's pretty well rounded. Are you a fan of Bad Wolves and the stuff that he does there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is my thing about Double Driver and Bad Wolves.
Oh.
I feel like when John moved to Bad Wolves, he really just dumbed his drumming down. I like the band. They are a good band, but I don't feel like John is really tapping into his potential as a drummer.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that drumming wise, but he's also like a primary writer for that. He was a primary music and writer for Devil Driver.
Yes, he would. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
like
a
not
huge.
just from the drums,
wait,
but
listen.
like the guitars and the actual structures and all of that.
Yeah, I'm a huge Devil Driver fan. Like, I love Devil Driver.
Yeah.
So I actually am friends with Doc Coyle.
I'm friends with Dez.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I got to be on Doc's podcast.
Dude, that's
what got me my love of LA, actually.
Oh, that's cool.
Come down here for that. But I am a little disappointed that Gene Hoglan didn't make the list.
Sorry. Yeah.
See?
Amazing drummer.
We can't think of. There's so many amazing.
It's hard, like when you're like put on the spot, and there's so many amazing drummers. It's just like
everything he touches is gold. Like I'm a huge Strapping Young Lad fan. I love Strapping Young Lad with Devin Townsend and all that stuff. And then when he went and joined Fear Factory on the Mechanize album, I was like, oh my God, like I didn't think Fear Factory could be better than what it was.
Pieces of the puzzle together, yes.
Exactly. And sadly, like in interviews, he like even forgets he was even in Fear Factory. He was like, it was just, he was not I guess it didn't work out or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. And this whole thing, but he was like, oh yeah, I did do that one album with him or whatever. But
I have that album.
Gene Hoglan is probably one of my favorite drummers. I like Vinny. Joey Jordison I do like, but he's one of those people, like there are very few drummers that you hear them by themselves and you're like, that sounds like so-and-so.
Yeah.
Joey's one of those, and so is Chris Adler. Like Chris Adler, now almost to his detriment, that I'm like, oh, that's Chris Adler's drums, and that's Chris Adler's like, oh yeah, that sounds like Lamb of God.
Right.
Anyway,
I always get that I sound like John Bonham.
There's a lot to that too.
I get John Bonham a lot.
Nice.
That's cool. Nice.
Which is fine. But I mean, that was back then. We haven't done any shows, so nobody's heard me lately. And starting my new punk project, Hated Noise, like things have changed quite a bit. So,
Very nice.
What has to shift to go from Bonham to punk? What do you got to do different? Hit this. Is it just faster tempo? Is it
a lot faster
and fast.
You have to simplify everything. Like my normal kit is like 7, 8 drums.
Oh wow!
And my punk kit is like 4.
Yeah. That sounds like punk. Yeah.
And I can even take the floor tom out because I never use it. I have a snare, a tom, and my kick, and I have a crash, a ride, and a hi-hat. Like, as simple as possible. But I mean, it's a lot of fast. And like,
meat and potatoes type girl myself. I don't have the 7-piece. No, I've got a little travel kit that's tiny but packs a punch. It's a Ludwig, and it's got let's see, by Questlove. So the Roots, and it's just got a big bass to it. It's like what is it, a 16-inch bass, but it sounds like a 26.
22.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Like a 20.
it's big sound.
No gong. Jim Day's like, what? No gong?
But you can get
No,
me
not
I
yet.
want a gong.
You can give me one.
Yes. Maybe if we do the Soul Tone sponsorship, they'll give us a gong.
Oh my God.
How does Fleisch Creek get a Jägermeister sponsorship? Because we're a
Dude,
group.
I want one. Let's try to do this together.
Let's do one. Let's do a tour.
Yeah,
Let's
they
get-
used to
Like
be really
musicians
big
hang out.
on
We're trying to
Jaeger
get a
music stuff.
Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew some bands that were a part of.
I
the
don't know.
Jaeger-
Maybe go to their site. And,
Yeah.
yeah, like Drown Mary.
Yeah, I knew a couple of like regional acts in the Midwest that they got,
Oh.
and it's just like with anything, there's different levels of endorsement, but like for them, like entry level, it's they just give you a bunch of free shit, and then you have to pass the free shit out at the shows that you're playing. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like literally they had more Jaeger shit than they actually had their own. So literally they're at the shows. They're like, here's a glow in the dark button. Here's a lanyard. Here's like they just the
I
band just
want
kept
all of
throwing
those
shit out.
things. Yes.
Dude, I'd just be throwing it out.
But when you get like the larger, like when you get like a Jaeger sponsored tour, like another one of my big influences is Mushroom Head. And I got to
Mushroom Head back in college.
Yeah.
I got to hang out with Schmatz from there, and how I did it was some friends of mine I was in a band with. They were working the show, and they heard that they were requesting Jägermeister because it's just to be given to them as part of their rider or whatever, and they just wanted some Jägermeister to have on the bus. So the guy heard it, and he was like, "Dude, go to the liquor store right now, get a fifth of Jaeger, and just show up at their bus." And I'm like, done. So I went and grabbed a fifth of Jaeger, and I knocked on the door of their tour bus, and Schmatz opened up. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And I'm like, "I've got your Jaeger." He's like, "Cool, come on." And I got on the bus, and literally it was for Jeffrey Nothing, who was on the phone with his wife at the time. So he's just not paying attention at all. And Tom or Schmatz was like, "Yeah, it goes to him." So I handed the bottle to him, and he looked at it, he goes, "Thanks." He's like, "Put it in the fridge," and just put it in the fridge. And then Schmatz like led me around, and he's like, "Hey, you want to hang out? Let's talk." I got to hang out for a good 30, 45 minutes with the keyboardist. And then, he let me, I didn't pay for a ticket, nothing. He was like, "Hey man, you want to go to the show?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right." He literally walked me in. I got to watch the show from the side of the stage and all of that. And I saw the bouncer who was like the band manager, like the consultant for the venue. And I told him, I was like, "Dude, I've been hanging out with Mushroom Head all day." He's like, "How?" Dude. And I told him I gave him the Jaeger. He's like, "Dude, I wish you hadn't have done that." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, They're endorsed. We get comp for that. So so apparently the venue was supposed to give it to him, and then they turned the receipts over.
You got to hang out with
them. I was like, "Oh well, my bad."
Oh well. I got to hang out with them all day. That's one of the best Jägermeister stories I've ever heard, and I've heard a lot of them because it's my thing. So
that is a good.
What's your
my Jägermeister story?
Well, no, just like what's your story with running into
what's your fucking story? Jägermeister ad rock video.
We do it. Who did I
just make sure that you say that you are dedicated to music and not to underage drinking. And I think you fucking got it. Yes,
welcome to the new Apocalypse Tour, sponsored by Jägermeister.
Yeah. I ran into lead singer Skinny Puppy one night.
Sweet.
He was a really nice guy.
That's what I remember about him.
Super ogre. Yeah, ogre. I ran into him. We were outside some show, and somebody got me free pass. Anyway, he came outside. He's like, "You're tall." That's what he told me. You're tall. You're huge.
That's great.
So I remember. So nice Canadian guy with a very terrifying style of music. But at the time that was It was 95, I think, 95, 96. I just remember him being really cool. I'm trying to think of anybody else. I wish I would have run into Phil Collins. I haven't run into Phil Collins yet.
Right?
Oh,
I know. We have to run into Phil Collins because we sing in
oh
drum.
man. Yes. Like I can totally on my drum kit, on my big drum kit, I can do his drum solo.
That's like the smoke on the water for drummer.
He's like, you just go from the small tom to the big one.
To the big tom. And take
That's
your
the
time,
epic
buddy.
solo.
Take your time.
Start small, go big.
Did you know that it was an accident in the studio that created the 80s drum sound? I think it was either Phil Collins or Peter Gabriel. They were in Genesis together, right?
So about yes.
Yeah, so they had like a mic. Yeah, there's some story. They had a mic above the overheads or something, and it fell, and it was a gated mic or something. And so they didn't know it. They played the drums, and they listened to it later, like, oh shit, that damn mic, it fell into the kit. It's useless. And they're like, nope, hold on, something here. That's the story of 80s.
Well, he played electric drums, so it was kind of useless in the beginning anyway. I'm not a big fan of electric drums. I like acoustic.
No, especially I tried a kit probably 17 years ago and hated it and was like pish posh for years. And then I actually played one at my friend Kurt's place probably 3 years ago, and I gave him a lot of flack for having it, but he had a studio set up, and I really liked it. And it pains me to say that because I'm an acoustic set girl, but I'm impressed by how far they've come in the past couple decades.
Well, hold on. Did he have like the rubber pads, or did he have the nice head pads? You know what I'm talking about?
The mesh heads.
He probably had the nice, because that one, it just felt good.
The nice mesh heads?
Yeah.
You guys get a cowbell on your drum sets? You guys have room for a cowbell?
I have 3 cowbells and a block.
Yes.
I have 3 cowbells and a block. So yeah, no, I'm the cowbell queen.
I have a cowbell, but I don't take it on the road. I'm very minimal when I'm on the road. I like to have everything that I just need for simplicity.
But what do you do when you get a fever, though? Like when you get a fever, what do you do?
What do I do with a fever?
What do you do then?
I only have fevers at home.
You can't have a fever at all now. Everybody will run for their
no fevers out on the road.
Will show up to your show.
I can borrow one from Crash.
So yeah, she's got plenty to share.
I have plenty.
Yeah, you do.
All right, so by a show of hands, which of you have ice bells?
Oh, drummer dude
I
has.
don't even know what that is. What is that? That sounds cool.
It is the most annoying piece of metal forged by Satan. Fuck a bunch of ice bells.
Now I fucking need one. Where do I get it?
So
Where
it
does
is.
sound like?
So I had one of my bands many years ago. The drummer, he was always like trying to get new things, and he got the ice bell, and it's one of those that it's so tiny. And it's rounded, and when you hit it, it makes this high-pitched noise that just pierces through your eardrums. And I always wore earplugs back in the day, and he would purposefully wait until I took an earplug out in between songs, and he would hit that ice bell right next to me.
What a dick!
Oh yeah, he's straight up his. And then he found out like many years ago. There was a band I was in, and he got in contact with the drummer of the band I was in at that time, got his address, and fucking shipped him an ice bell just to pick me. Like, fucking
now I have had friends over the years like send me cowbells through the mail, which is so awesome. My block, oh my god, here's my block story. So it's on permanent borrow, which means my friend who I borrowed it from is never going to give it back, and he knows that he's never going to get it back. I made that clear. Like when I borrowed it, you're never getting this back. He said, I know. He said, I know. He said, I know. So it's all good. But we were in his truck when he gave it to me, and the windows are rolled up. It's just a little 2-seater. And what do? I take a drumstick and I smack that thing in the closed cab.
Oh my god.
Oh.
It busted my eardrums. I was like, oh my god, because there's nowhere for the sound to go except for back in your
Really?
ear brain. And oh man, it made my eyes water, and I was just like,
Oh
I
my
hate this
God.
thing, but I'm taking it.
Jeez, I didn't even know that story. Shit, girl.
Acoustics, man.
Oh,
Oof.
so
Science.
don't
I,
hit those little blocks in close places.
Yeah, it sounded like I didn't realize I could see that though. Now that you mentioned it, like I never thought about that, but yeah. I want to get a keytar. I don't know if Thomas.
Oh my god, thank you. Somebody else is saying I was just talking about a keytar just a couple weeks ago. I'm just like, well, I want a keytar.
Have
Yeah.
you
That's
have you
fucking
heard
bullshit.
have you heard of a German band called Lord of the Lost?
Lord of the Lost sounds really familiar. Yes.
If you haven't, you need to.
They're
But-
fucking.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Like I discovered them on accident. I was on like a YouTube like rabbit hole, just like having it in the background, and I was checking out some new videos, and then this one video come up, and the first image is this guy with beautiful makeup, the longest lashes I'd ever seen, wearing like a priest outfit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And like the first start of the song, I'm like, I don't know. And then it flashes to a dude with similar makeup and a fucking keytar, and I was like, okay, I have to
Yes.
do this.
Yes.
I'm not going to let Richard have one, but we can
maybe for a video.
maybe
Fucking
for a
video, but we'll see.
Get a fucking keytar. Get a keytar, Richard.
I'll wrap some barbed wire around it so it looks super,
You should get some like cool ass lights that just like, I don't know, do some shit.
We gotta. I think we gotta do some. We're still kind of creating our live show. We're still figuring it all out, but we're gonna have fun with it. I got this mic here. I'm gonna try using that.
Ooh,
But so like,
those are nice. I like those.
We gotta see how it really sounds. But
Yeah. It
we'll
looks
get some
cool. Does
light.
it sound cool? Yeah.
It does look
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Best friend
it was
Devil
one that-
Driver
Richard.
loves those mics.
Yeah. We found the guy that makes does that. So like you basically buy the Shure S55s or whatever, you just buy those and you ship them to this guy and he custom builds the stuff for you.
So my friend Wyatt Teitzel, he actually has done a bunch of custom stuff for Devil Driver.
Really?
Yes. That's how I got to meet. Well, the second time I met Dez. First time I met him was in LA. I was in Venice Beach. They had just played with Danzig. And Danzig was doing an encore. And I was like, fuck this. I came to see Devil Driver. Devil Driver's over. And I saw like Dez talking. And he was so cool. And then flash forward a couple years. I'm in Seattle. I'm at Studio 7 with my high school friend, Wyatt Teitzel, who did a bunch of work, like metal work for Devil Driver. And he's like, hey, come on, we'll get you on the bus. And we met their road manager, Frankenstein. And he had us come on the bus and we were drinking some Hennessy and it was fucking awesome.
That sounds like an awesome time.
Dude, that was the Gore show.
At the Gore show at Studio 7?
Yes, it was
Really?
off the fucking hook. Yes. Like,
wow.
Man,
that place was so small. Like I could only imagine. Like, how could you even fit one of their monsters on that stage?
it was crazy.
Crap like that.
War is really cool.
Oh man, like, cause they squirt blood everywhere. Everybody wears white T-shirts, so you get your Gore blood, and I don't know, it's kind of dumb. But, man, that was a good show.
Yeah, Gore. I saw
fun
Gore.
show.
It was fun. Yeah.
Sorry. I know we've been geeking out on gear and whatnot. Is there any other like chat questions? Any weird off the wall stuff they want to know about Richard? I'll tell you, I ain't even scared.
You know,
I
when
actually have to tame Richard down because some of the things that he posts, I'm like you got to ease him into that before you start bringing that out.
Yeah. You can't go full Eden Paul. You got to start with a little bit of a horse ride first.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
so you need a dinner and a date first?
Well,
Were you
well,
expecting this? Like, whoa, bro.
Jesus.
Weird.
So when Richard first got down here, he started on like the dating apps and meeting new people and whatnot. And he went on one of these coffee dates, and I was like, "Dude, how did it go?" And he was like, "I mean, it was great until until I started talking about the lizard people, and then she just was not having it. And at that point, she was." And he was like, I probably shouldn't have started the first date with the lizard people. And I'm like, no, dude. You should, because that's the scale. Like, if they get past the lizard people on the first date,
yeah.
No, the first date you say, I'm a Scientologist.
Oh,
And then like,
Yeah. Totally.
that is one organization I am scared shitless of. Like,
oh, right.
I'm all about.
He's been telling me all about watching documentaries.
I'm all about poking the bear, and I'm all about poking at religion. Like, I'm a PK.
Do not fuck with those people.
And I that is the one organization. Like, the first time I came to LA, we were sightseeing, and we were walking past the Chinese theater, the Scientology, and of course,
Right
there's
next to the
guys, long trench coats, wool trench coats, and scarves and stuff, and they like, you look like you're needing a reading, and I'm like, nope. And I just kept walking. I was like, normally, I'm the guy that when the Jehovah's Witness or the Mormons knock on your door, I invite them in and I make a day of it. But not Scientologists. I will think about the horrific aspects in confined spaces. I am not going to publicly.
Dude, that's when you just look at him and you say, I'm a suppressed person. Fuck off.
I'm suppressive personality. Please don't go through my garbage. Please don't ruin my credit score.
I was raised.
They will anyway.
Jehovah's Witness, so I understand what some would say. Are you a fellow Jehovah's Witness? Did you grow up?
I was, yes.
Yeah, so did I. In Bremerton.
Not me. No.
Wyoming.
Oh, Wyoming. Okay, so we're familiar with that mindset of iconoclastic religion. Well, here's the thing. That's a nice way of saying that too. I lived next to, when I was a kid, I was a little depressed, and I passed by a Dianetics or a Scientology clinic.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And the guy asked me to come in. So I came in. I didn't know anything about anything. And I took the damn test. I held on and I took the test.
You had the E-meter? Oh.
Yeah. And I had all the things you could count. And he looks at me. He's like, yeah, you're definitely fucking depressed. So listen, we can hook you up. We can take care of you. So it'll be like, $500, that kind of thing. And he's like,
that's not bad.
Well, yeah. He's like, but by the way, we're moving offices today. You want to help us move some furniture? So we'll give you a discount. And I'm like, I'm not fucking moving furniture.
I'm depressed, dude. I don't want to
I'm depressed to pick up a couch. Fuck your dresser. It's a depressing dresser.
I'm too depressed to do my laundry. What makes you think I'm going to move this?
Jesus Christ.
Put the furniture at your fucking office. Fuck off.
But then I lived next to the Scientology headquarters in Seattle, which is on Queen Anne. And I saw this racket. Okay, so I saw this racket. This is a racket that they have where if you don't have money, they use your ass for slave labor. And I had all these people that were just normal. It looked like I used to work when I was really broke. I would do jobs for Labor Ready. I don't know if you know what Labor Ready is, but you
I know what Labor Ready is. Yeah.
And you make $40 and then you drink your beer out of a bag.
Yeah.
Rough kid, right?
Brown bagging it.
Yeah. So you brown bag it. Well, anyway, I see all these like normal looking folks standing around a dumpster throwing shit inside the dumpster. I'm like, these motherfuckers at Scientology, they skip right past Labor Ready, cut out the middleman, and they get just free labor from all these people that failed their thetan test. I'm like,
for the low price.
It was high, man.
Your thetan level.
Low price of your soul for the next billion years.
Yeah.
It's a billion-year contract. Billion-year contract because you're just going to be brought back.
And by the way,
over and over. And so, like, you were always going to be a fucking Scientologist. Fuck that. And you have to go out the bridge every fucking time, which is like $5 million fucking dollars every time.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, just so you know, when you're in Port Angeles and you see Hubbard Heating and Cooling, you do know who's related to that family, right? You do know what that family. That's
L. Ron Hubbard.
He's got a heating and cooling family enterprise up in Port Town. I think it's Port Angeles.
Not surprised, actually.
Oh my god, I'm totally that makes me want to go Scientologist.
I think they're like cousins or something. You know who else lived in Port Townsend? The guy who wrote Dune, Frank Herbert. He had a chicken farm up there. He had an organic chicken
Oh,
farm.
yay!
You know who lives in Port Townsend? Spoon Man
From Soundgarden.
Yes,
Really?
his name is Artis, and he's super nice and he's awesome. He was on our show.
I'm
He's
friends
roll
with
the
him,
shit?
and I've done some busking with him.
Oh,
He's a
wow.
cool dude.
He's still cutting records. He's still hitting the spoons.
No, he's working on a book about his life. So someone's
a
writing.
movie or something.
Good.
Yeah, so he's
Did
working
you
on.
know that he has electric spoons?
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Someone made him electric spoons.
Wow.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
My God.
Well,
You
he
had-
tries to stay on the down low, man. You know, he's in his 70s now. He's just kind of living life on the waterfront.
I would live on that Port Townsend. It's a beautiful.
Oh, I know, it's
It's
beautiful.
small, but it's gorgeous. So
We go when she comes up. We go shopping over in Port Townsend. We take the historical tours and visit cemeteries and whatnot. It's what we do.
it's supposed to be kind of haunted, Port Townsend, right? It's got a lot of
Very haunted, yes.
Everything and like freaking peninsula is haunted, pretty much.
I did a whole haunted tour. I did a haunted tour myself. So my husband and I put this tour together, and we filmed it on Halloween. That's what we did for Halloween, our COVID Halloween.
Oh,
We went
wow.
around to the sites that are haunted and got footage, and it was just really fun Halloween, and we did something for it at least.
That's
Well,
cool.
Maxine and I have experienced some paranormal stuff at the Squim schoolhouse.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Because my family is kind of one of the founders of the Squim area.
Oh,
And we
nice.
were the school teachers.
Huh.
And my great-great-grandmother was like one of the founding school teachers of the Squim Dungeness area.
I found the picture. Hold on, I'm fine.
And
Go.
we went to the schoolhouse and we had our own little private tour. And when we were going upstairs to there was another level. We just went up the stairs and went like to where you ring the bell. And then there's a kitchen area. And on the way back, there was a wet, soapy sponge on the stairs that was not there when we were going up. And we were the only, So
Oh, nice.
that's my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmammy, and me.
Founders
So,
of
yeah.
Squim?
Yeah, Squim.
Wow. My uncle lives in Squim.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah?
Yeah. It's in the conversion zone. It's
Yes.
the Palm Springs of Washington State, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it basically is. Yeah, the average age is like 60 out here. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the weather too, I think. So that's interesting that the ghosts were trying to make you fall.
Well, no, they didn't try to make us fall. They were just trying to tell us that they were there.
Wet sponge though. Dude, they were trying to
That's
mess
funny.
with Bob, the tour guide. They were messing with Bob.
Yes.
They wanted to leave.
And see, my family used to come across the river on a boat. And I guess they had some paranormal people come out to the old schoolhouse.
Really?
And there was somebody like on an EVP saying that
That was scary.
there was
creepy
somebody
place.
was talking about coming over on a boat, but they had no idea what that meant.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh
Poor
shit,
lady.
I know what that meant. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how
So
a lot
it was
of
kinda
paranormal
cool.
stuff works. Yeah.
Well, and as
Yeah.
she's telling this story, our tour guide, Bob, is like, did you feel it? And we all got cold. Like the temperature just dropped around us and we could feel, that presence. And he got scared and was like, I got to get out of here. But you guys need to go downtown to the museum and tell them this story about why the ghost was talking about rowing on the river, because that's the missing piece to our story. So,
And it was my ancestors that,
so we
and
went
this
down
is
to the
a
museum.
story that has been told for generations, over the years. So I know this story very well. And so it was, I don't know, it's kind of great to go back to my roots a little bit weird.
Totally.
Well, and I love that I'm where that is, so I get to hang out with
I
her.
know. We were a bunch of fucking Norwegians, just coming down from Norway.
Well,
We went through Canada.
right.
So
But the Norwegians and the Scandinavians chose the Northwest because it looks just like the fjords,
yes, except warmer.
Yeah,
Well, then there was
yeah.
the Land Act. You got so many acres if you became a farmer for free. So that's why a lot of the Scandinavians went to farm.
Yeah,
They were used to farming.
What do Scandinavians do? We're a bunch of farmers.
Root vegetables, corn, etc. You know, they were pretty used to cultivating that.
Yeah.
Some of my family were the raiders and the plunderers, the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Took us down.
Little raiding, little plundering. You know.
Hence why I'm not a Christian.
Everyone's got a little Viking, right?
Dude, whatever. Okay, here's the thing. In heaven, you have to be, in order to get to heaven, you have to be this goody two-shoes. And you probably have to be goody two-shoes to stay in heaven. In Valhalla, to get to Valhalla, you just have to die a good death. And then what are you going to do in Valhalla? You get to fucking fight and feast.
Yeah.
With your besties?
Yeah.
Like, sign me up. Like, I'm totally going to Valhalla. I'll have fun in your heaven.
Scandinavia really never became that Christian. They're kind of like, yeah, all right. Well,
Valhalla's awesome. Like, I'm totally hanging out there.
You guys can go build a little church over here. We're still going to do our thing. So
we have someone in the chat. This is totally off topic, but I'm going to swing back to it. Hold on. Because they want Tom Hanks and Jack Nicholson now.
Tom Cruise versus Jack Nicholson.
Gee, I've never done either.
Ooh.
Okay.
You can't handle the truth. You got to do something. I can't do Nicholson. I'm sorry.
Nicholson is a whole different level.
Yeah, right?
He's kind of shady. He's got a shady voice.
This is Jim Carrey doing Jack Nicholson.
Oh God, do Fire Marshal Bill. Do Fire Marshal Bill. Gotta get them there. Do Fire Marshal.
I had Japanese tourists come up to me once and say, "You're so famous, I know you." And they thought I was Jim Carrey, and they took a photo with me. They took a photo.
Oh, that's awesome!
I've gotten Jim Carrey. I get Jim Carrey, and I get the guy from Talk Soup,
Joel McHale.
Maxine's dad.
Okay.
Maxine's dad looks like Robert Plant.
Yep,
Maxine.
Oh,
my
looks like Robert.
People
always ask for his autograph. Always want to take pictures with him.
We get free meals. We get when we're in line, people move us. And he's like, "I'm not Robert Plant." They're like, "It's okay, Mr. Plant. We won't let anybody else know you're here." He's like, "I'm not Robert."
No, really.
Whoa.
I don't have an accent. Hello.
I'm not from England.
He's North Dakotan. He doesn't sound British at all. I mean, come on, like.
He should work the British accent, though. Get those free meals.
He signs his.
Well, hold on. Isn't Robert Plant technically American, isn't he?
No,
Scandinavian. They still have the old country Scandinavian accent up in
North Dakota.
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, you bet.
Oh.
Yeah, sure, you betcha. Yeah, sure, you betcha.
I'm gonna try to find.
It's kind of like lazy German.
Yeah.
Lazy German.
The Swedes and the Norwegians were too lazy to have it. They just hold the board and shit.
I was
Borky.
I was in Holland, and I was trying to learn Dutch, and I was asking somebody where the Van Gogh Museum was. So it's something Van Gogh. And they're like, "Huh? Who's this Van Gogh?" I'm like, "You don't know Van Gogh?" Oh my God. Wonder.
Are you shitting me?
No fucking wonder. Of course.
Oh my God.
You need to get him to start doing a British accent.
No.
Get those free breakfasts, those continental breakfasts.
Anyway,
your dad needs to take me out for fucking breakfast and get it for free. Just like I'm gonna teach him. I will teach him.
You know, I was in this band in the 70s. It kind of blew over. It's not a big deal anymore, but for a time we were quite popular.
They refuse to believe that he's not, and they want the selfies with him, and they want his autograph.
I'm not gonna lie. Like when you were telling me this, I was like, okay, whatever. Holy shit, that guy looks like Robert Plant.
I was just gonna nod my head and agree that he looked kind of like.
People lose their minds every
her uncle looks like the fucking Lion King or the Lion Tiger King. The Tiger King.
Serious? Can you imagine a tour with those two?
Oh my God!
Robert Plant and the Tiger King, right?
Could you guys go down to the Emerald Queen Casino and just book a show now?
Yeah, right. I just need to chill with them. I'm like, when we are in happen again, my dad has to come just hang out at our festival because
Yeah.
they would be like, who are they hanging out with? They're hanging out with Robert Plant over there.
Oh my God, we're gonna give him a big fat VIP pass too.
Hold on,
Big
I'll
old,
show my
big one.
Sure,
Yeah,
It's
we're
gonna
kind of
be
friends with
like,
that.
just VIP, like RP on the back, Robert Plant.
You might as well have fun with that. I mean, that's a.
I'm totally gonna wreck it. Thanks for that. I
There was
got
a guy in Seattle who looked like
Make
Gary
it take a
Busey.
t-shirt,
have
man.
anywhere near the happy life that this guy's gonna have.
Hey, if LA,
Oh, well, you know,
tell me that doesn't look like a
he
young Tiger King.
here's what I'll say. He embodies the Tiger King. He
Look at that fucking
is not,
picture.
like,
Look
it's
at that.
obvious he's not going to get a free buffet at the Ponderosa.
like my dad, Robert Plant.
However, her dad, Robert Plant, will definitely be getting a line around the Sam Goody asking for autographs.
He
Like,
gets everything, you guys. When he was in Universal Studios, the Transformers, the guys that were dressed as the Transformers sent for
Dude,
him.
they live in LA.
They sent security to get my dad to take pictures with them. And they're like, excuse me, sir. The Transformers are requesting you on their stage right now. And my dad's like,
they want you to do the immigrant song.
so he went to hang out with the Transformers. And he wasn't even in line. So that's
I feel like if you can go outside the damn Chinese fucking theater in LA and take pictures with fucking Batman and Marilyn Monroe, why can't we get your dad out there and have him take pictures of Robert Plant?
okay. We're doing
We
this.
could make so much money.
He makes stripper money.
The stripper money.
He does.
Dude,
I
he
know.
would make naked cowboy money.
Oh, got my money.
Free things. So many free things. Like
He would make naked cowboy money. Naked cowboy is a New York dude. He's out there in his underwear and a fucking guitar, just like ding, 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 in fucking Madison Square or Times Square.
I
Whatever.
almost bumped into him. I remember seeing him.
Oh,
Dude, I saw him and the naked cowgirls when I was in New York. Like, I got to see the whole bunch of them.
You like
It
that?
was fun.
That was fun.
We can get Robert Plant out there in his naked underwear.
I don't know if I can ask my dad that.
Come on. I'll ask your dad.
I will. Like, I'll ask her. I ain't never met him yet. But.
Calling him right now, Dad. I'm on my show. He'll be like, "Oh yeah,
And
you
we were naked cowboy.
Was it true? Did you spank a woman with a fish?
Oh,
Is it true?
I've
did
been.
you read that book? What was it? Hammer of the Gods?
Oh no! What was in it?
Emma!
Yeah.
Wait. Is
Well-
that what's it called? I thought that was a different band.
The biography of
Oh,
Led
I
Zeppelin.
guess it is Led Zeppelin. That is right. That
And when
is
they were in Seattle, they did some things with a fish and a woman that they called Fire Snatch. So
Wait, they called her what?
Fire Snatch. That's she was a ginger.
Yeah.
Mine's not.
Obviously,
Imagine that.
Let's
So
hope
let me
it-
guess. The perfect match.
politically-
I
The
was
great.
wrong with that.
This definitely took.
I
a
love where this story's going.
That's the legend of they were fishing and they stuck a dog shark in someone's hoo-ha. That's the.
I don't know about the hoo-ha part.
Sorry,
That's
it was
the
a
first-
much
that's the
smaller
first
fish, but that actually happened.
Dude, I think a cat shark would probably fit better than a dog shark.
Yeah.
There's a pointy nose though on the dog shark.
Ugh.
That's too much detail.
Maybe there was more reason to
No,
the
I
fight.
just I'm good with sharks. Like I'm gonna get a baby shark soon. So
Yeah, that part of the book really. I don't think I.
that's fucking true.
Man, guys, really, that's just bad, just wrong. Like,
Yeah.
you
Do you ever like when you?
you're like, no.
Did you ever like after you finished reading the book? Did you just like look constantly disappointing at your dad? Like really, Dad? Really? I had to
Did you
find out
really
about this.
like
in this
that
book.
fish ever do to you, man, bro? God damn.
I am able to differentiate my dad and Robert Plant. No one else.
You
is
should
able
meet
to do
though.
that.
You should.
I am.
You should meet. You should orchestrate a meeting between
Like,
the two of them.
That
Oh
is-
my God, I should,
Like
because
high five each. I mean, it's. You could
I'm
do
gonna
like
make that
Wings
fucking
movie.
happen. I'm gonna get a hold. I'm gonna get a hold of. How do I get a hold of Robert Plant? What's his phone number?
Here's the thing, like even if he isn't, your dad's playing it up because he's got the Robert Plant hair.
he does.
Like all he has to do is like
He's got the Robert
his
Plant
head,
face.
get
He
him.
does.
Yeah, but here's the thing though: if
He
you
does.
got rid of the hair, it wouldn't be as easy.
Wouldn't be as
Right.
easy.
But
Yeah.
he has got the hair.
He does have the hair, and his hair.
Robert Dad.
That's his new name.
Robert
Robert
Dad.
Dad.
Robert Dad.
Robert Dad, can you come over? I got some laundry.
And Jim
to do.
Day's like, there's pointy teeth on a cat.
True.
There is pointy teeth on a dog shark. Come on, get out of here, bro.
I don't think it was either. I don't think it was,
had-
a shark. It was like a catfish.
We've
like,
had this conversation
No,
before.
I
I swear to God.
I don't know. I
Probably
wasn't there.
I'm
Like-
getting a cat
I've never
shark.
fished off the side of the Edgewater, but I heard of it. Well, I used to catch dog sharks in the Puget Sound, so I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
Right? At least it wasn't.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
oh my God! Oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
I clicked on it.
Cat sharks and dog sharks need a
You know,
show
I would-
interview.
we need to get your dad, a dog shark, and more
Your cat dog shark.
More Povich.
Oh
your
my
dad,
God.
and
You're
dog shark.
Povich
And
Maxine,
will
the
set
results are in.
Yeah.
Robert Plant
is not the
is your
father.
dad.
It's funny. He's been trying to escape this whole dog shark thing for years. Fire Snatch wants him for like $2 million in alimony and back payments. Or
You know what?
something, You know,
But here's a more
for an
realistic
STD that
story.
never healed.
I feel like this is like the Life of Brian version of Led Zeppelin.
Kind of
Like,
is. Right?
like maybe her dad and Robert Plant are actually twins separated at birth.
this goes back to the Arnold and Toledo paradigm.
I fucking like where this is going.
There's something. You know, have you seen your birth certificate?
Yes.
You sure? It's the real one, certified.
You look rather nervous though, Maxine. You look like
You're about the
son-
right
you're-
age.
you-
I
You're
know.
the right age. Is that red hair on your head?
Fire snatch.
I'm wondering if I get any further with that line of questioning.
Maxine will be baby shark.
Maxine will be baby shark.
I think we need to call up Netflix and tell them Tiger King, whatever. We got Little Miss Baby Shark and Robert Dad.
Robert.
Robert Dad and baby.
Yeah,
Maxine.
next
Final chapter.
series.
Final chapter.
You're a drummer, so the instincts of rock and roll are in your blood. Oh, come on.
Oh, boom.
Yeah.
I'm
Fucking
scared.
mic drop right there, just like
He was at one of my shows and people lost their shit a little bit. So that was fun because that was the second time I played in Tacoma. And I'm like, yeah, I hang out with Robert Plant all the time.
I hang out with Robert Plant / Dad.
He's my dad.
bro.
You,
Like,
Can you
Maxine, the next show that you and I do together, like we gotta get your dad over here, man.
oh, and Max,
I feel like we
Number
need to
one,
get-
I need to meet your parents. It's
Now-
been like
well,
2 years.
now
Number two, I want Robert Plant at a show.
I know. I know. He's
why is
got
your dad making money? Because my mom cut an Alan Alda's impersonator's hair once when I was a kid. And he was fucking Alan
What?
Alda
Hawkeye?
from
She
MASH.
fucking
it's great.
Hawkeye from MASH. Yeah.
What's that, Crash?
Hawkeye.
Right? Alan Alda? Yeah, I mean,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, right? I mean, but that was 1984. I don't think barely people cared then. But Robert Plant is an icon.
I was fucking 11.
Alan Alda easily.
People care everywhere. He went to Canada a few years ago. That was crazy. He was by Niagara Falls and people were like, Robert Plant's here, like telling other people, and like the crowd kept coming in.
Is he married? Because he shouldn't have to be.
Well, yes, he's married. He's married to Maxine's mom.
Okay, sorry.
My mama, yes. And I'm waiting to see them in the tabloids, like, who is Robert Plant with?
This other life of Robert Plant and this other family.
What's he doing in North Dakota?
North Dakota, of all places on the fucking planet, North fucking Dakota.
Right. And then when he's caught in North Dakota as like with his Robert Plant fans, as he calls them, Or his fans, he says, my fans found me again. He's like, why would Robert Plant be in North Dakota? And they're like, well, why not? Because they want to
It's a
believe.
legitimate question.
They want to
Other
believe
than-
that Santa Claus is real. They want to believe that he is real.
Okay, but bro, like, what does North Dakota have to offer to Robert Plant that like the rest of the world can't? You guys don't even have the fucking Mount Rushmore, man.
Well, that's South Dakota because we suck.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, what does North Dakota have to fucking offer?
And South
Nothing.
Dakota, this.
The border to fucking Canada? Like,
So what part of North Dakota were you from?
Oh God.
Bismarck?
Grand Forks?
I'm from Williston.
Okay, yeah, I don't know where that is.
So that's the oil boom. That was boomtown happening a few years back, you know?
Oh, okay.
And Wyoming is where you're from, Crash?
No, she's
it's
from
funny
Colorado.
because,
Colorado.
well, I was born in Denver. I was born in Denver, Colorado, but my family originated from South Dakota in Aberdeen, South
I found
Dakota.
my mom.
And then they moved down to Wyoming, and that's when they became Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh, when they went to Wyoming. Huh.
Yeah. And then my mom dipped the fuck out and went to Colorado, and that's where I was born. So, but you know, as a kid, I'm always going back to Wyoming and North Dakota, South Dakota. That's
and that's where I sometimes vacation. North Dakota. That's where I go to see the family.
Oh man, yeah. And when we come back, we have these weird accents where we're like, "Horty Borty short." No.
You sound like the Swedish chef for some reason, you know?
Well, I am half Swede, so.
Yeah, that happened. We were in Disney World, gosh, probably, I don't know, 12 years ago. My whole family went, and it was a little bit of a nightmare. But anyway, it was a little fun too. But we were in the middle of this big store, and someone goes, "Are you guys from Sweden?" And my mom's like, "Yeah, we're from Sweden."
Whoa.
And I was like, Mom, she's like, they're not going to know. They're going to be excited to tell people that they met people from Sweden.
Nice.
Like, Mom, no.
He's an Ace of Base
I don't
fan.
know what else Swedes have, but I mean, fuck, okay.
Yes.
Anyway, any last words that you guys would like to say?
Yeah, we went a little overtime, which is fine. It's fun. We were having a good time.
This was a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun. I think that's what we'd like to say. Thanks for having us aboard, and the people in the chat, your folks on your chat were awesome.
This has been a great show.
We are so fun, yes.
You guys really helped facilitate. I mean, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Good. We like that, you know, we want our guests to feel like they're just hanging out with like fellow musicians, just talking shop, getting to know each other, you know.
I want to see you guys play your drums.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's on.
Hopefully that happens soon.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, right? Well, I'm looking forward to watching your live.
Yes, I have some. Ticker is actually going to be right, and Ticker's actually going to be making some music videos for with my band Fatal Butterfly.
Yep.
And then my band Hated Noise. Well, we're going back into the studio. It sounds like so.
Yeah.
What happens when like you join a new band and you make like scratch tracks?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you get better.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, absolutely. And definitely. Thanks for having us. I would say plug wise, we've got two separate Indiegogo campaigns going on. One is for our album release, Herzblut. We're still finalizing the actual release date and whatnot, but we're putting the finishing mixes and touches on that one. And then also the Welcome to a New Apocalypse tour. That's where you buy your tickets. It will. The tickets are purchased on Indiegogo, and then those who purchase the tickets the day of the show, you will get a link to the private stream on YouTube. So that way you can fling it to your televisions and whatever. 5 different time zones, different local bands. I do want to plug the local bands real quick. So we're doing March the 11th. We have Rabbit Junk, who is one of the ones for the Pacific. It is a pre-recorded show that was previously done last year, but they graciously gave us the go-ahead. So there'll be Rabbit Junk for the Pacific time zone. We have Magal Modash from Germany will be our openers on the 12th in the German time zone. Then we have Finite Automata from out of Atlanta will be on the 12th in the evening on the East Coast time zone. And then ESA Electronic Substance Abuse will be our openers. They're based out of the UK on the 13th. And then Manifestive from out of Texas will be our openers for our central. Interesting thing about Manifestive is they have an electronic xylophone. Interesting.
What?
Yeah, like I have no idea what that's going to be like, but I'm super excited.
It's freaking awesome. I love xylophone.
Dude, it's gonna be as cool as freaking like electric spoons.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so we've got those openers. Every show is going to be, different live shows with, Cryptamnesia, Nuda, and Fleischkrieg.
I gotta say, so my friend Jim Day is saying, check out Massive Scar Era.
Okay.
Wait, no, Massive Scar Era. That's right. Those guys are from Egypt.
Wow. Okay.
Egypt.
Nice.
They are amazing.
Nice. I'll have to do that. Massive
They
Scar
are
Era.
female fronted and just like mind blowing.
Love it.
Definitely have to check them out. And we definitely have to have you guys on our virtual concert series. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, talk a little bit about that, Crash, because I had to let my puppy out, so I'll be right back.
are you
Dogs out.
So every month we have a virtual series, a concert series where bands, we have like 8 to 10, I don't know, it's like a 4 to 5, sometimes 6-hour show. And every band gets half hour to an hour, depending upon you want time. You can pre-record it, you can play it live. We do it right here via StreamYard, as we do our show. A lot of times we have people from Spain, Germany, UK, I don't know, all over the world. They join and they play on our show. And we would love to have you guys on our show.
That's an awesome invitation.
Yeah.
We'd love to be on it. Yes. Thank you.
Oh, we would love to have you. Nuda has been on our show before, so
Good.
And we've had
love you guys.
She's been on our music video montage, our first one, and she's going to be featured on this next live stream concert series on February 26th.
Nice. Yeah, we absolutely love Nuda. She is like the nicest person you'll ever meet in your life.
She's the sweetest. And I just love Sky Warden too. Like, he's just an amazing guy. I've known Sky Warden from way back into the Narnia days, like way back in the day. So, I mean, it's the music community. We've all known each other for a long time. For a family. We're a close-knit family. We like to keep it that way.
Another plug about Nuda, one of the things I guess to kind of look for is we're doing kind of like a weird mashup with her. She's going to be kind of come up with this idea where we have a song and we want her to create an intro and an outro for that song for like when we perform it live.
Yes.
So she's actually going to do guests, like she's going to play keyboard during the song, and she's creating an intro and outro for it. And we're going to shoot a music video that's going to be like a joint effort where it's featuring Nuda, and it's going to be the two of us based off of that mashup. So Yeah,
Yeah,
she's amazing.
she's fun.
We're gonna get the crypto
That gave me like
release.
goosebumps.
We had an
That's
idea
awesome.
for them, but it got the song we picked kind of got delayed and whatnot. But the thing we're doing, it won't be on the album, but the mashup and the video and stuff will be after the fact. So
Wow. Well, we will definitely be looking forward to that. I'm totally pumped.
Yeah.
Like you guys pick some great bands to like partner up with.
Heck yeah.
nice.
Yes.
Well, I'm so glad that we found you and we were able to hang out tonight. So thanks, guys.
Yes.
So much.
I'm really happy that we got on this. You guys have been wonderful.
Thank you. We have a good
We had a
time.
lot of fun with you guys tonight. You guys are amazing. And
Thank you.
definitely let us know when you guys are up our way, like when the time comes and you guys are playing a show. We will definitely be there with bells on, rockets of socks, and we'll bring people too, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
it'll be awesome.
Muchas gracias.
Danke.
And with that, thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see you next week. So,
Well, and
thank
next
you,
week we also have our concert series next week too. So
Yes.
not only our
Yes.
interview show, but check out our concert series.
concert series on Friday night.
Yep.
Show starts at 6.
Woo.
All right, guys, I'll take us out. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Good night.
Peace.